Awakening the Aswang. The shocking truth behind a garlic-staving village at midnight. In the heart of the lush Philippines, the village of San Luntiang lay shrouded in an eerie silence, its nights haunted by legends that chilled the spine and raised goosebumps on the flesh. Midnight struck, unleashing a suffocating darkness, and with it came the awakening of something terrifying. The villagers whispered of the Aswang, a shapeshifter, a bloodthirsty creature lurking just outside the edges of their flickering lanterns. Eyes widened, hearts raced, and the scent of garlic filled the air, clinging to desperation like a lifeline. Yet that night, the garlic no longer held sway. The Aswang was far too clever, too cunning for mere cloves. An inexplicable series of events began to unfold as figures drifted through the narrow, cobblestone streets like shadows, their footfalls softened by the dampness of the night. A dog howled in the distance, echoing the growing unease, and gasps erupted amongst the throng of onlookers as a woman screamed from the depths of the dark, her voice piercing the silence like a knife. She emerged, her face twisted in horror, hands clutching at her throat. "It took him. It took my son." Her eyes flashed with fear, turning the onlookers' curiosity into dread. Certain shadows danced on the peripheral, too dark to define but unmistakably present. A few villagers dared to venture closer. Others retreated, falling back on whispered prayers and protective charms. With each tale told, the village grew more restless. Children shivered in their beds, and their mothers stood guard, weapons forged from garlic and faith. But amidst the terror that gripped San Luntiang, one brave soul would take a stand. He resolved to uncover the truth behind the growing darkness, and the myth that could spell their doom. How could a creature thrive in their own backyard, evading all defenses? What secret lay hidden under the moonlit veil of this village torn between nightmares and reality? Hey, before we continue with this amazing story, I need to give you an important heads up. Many subscribers have reported that YouTube unsubscribed them without warning. Take a quick second to check the red button below to make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. I'd hate for you to miss any of the exclusive content coming soon. And while you're there, smash that like button, it really helps me out with the algorithm. Oh, and tell me in the comments, which city are you watching from? I love getting to know every amazing person who's part of this community. Your participation makes all the difference. Let's connect. As the wind howled, and branches scratched against window panes, a deeper mystery awaited discovery. The village knew something the world did not. With trembling hands, the brave soul stepped forth into the night, determined to face the unseen evil, unaware of the sacrifices it would demand. Would he unlock the secrets hiding in the shadows? Or would he too become another tale told in whispers? The cobblestone streets of San Luntiang were eerily still, but beneath the surface, a current of fear thrummed like a taut wire ready to snap. The brave soul, Adon, felt that tension coil around him as he stepped deeper into the dark. The flickering lanterns cast long, wavering shadows, almost as if they were alive, dancing nervously against the pressure of the night. Aiden's heart beat hard in his chest, each thud echoing in his ears. He recounted everything he had heard over the years about the Aswang, a creature that fed not just on blood, but on fear itself. The fear of a lost child, the anxiety of unnerving whispers exchanged behind closed doors. He pressed on, more curious than terrified, desperate to learn what terrible truths lay beyond the horror. That as he moved towards the village outskirts, a sudden shiver shot down his spine. The dog's howl had shifted, morphed into something more plaintive, almost mournful. It was as if the creature sensed him, as if it watched him with hungry eyes. Adon stopped, listening intently, allowing the cool breeze to wash over him, bringing with it the aroma of wet earth and an underlying scent of something rotten. That he squinted into the distance, where the shadows seemed to thicken. Adon had heard of a haunted place at the edge of the village, an old, abandoned house rumored to be a hideout for the Aswang. It lay crumbling, wrapped in vines as if trying to escape its own history. Bracing himself, he inched closer, propelled by a mix of dread and a determination that burned like fire in his belly. Suddenly, sharp whispers echoed around him. They felt alive, a chorus of voices filled with panic. "What have you done?" One voice pleaded, swallowed by the night. "You don't belong here," hissed another, but not a soul appeared in sight. Aiden's heart raced. He could feel an unseen presence creeping closer, sensing the tension suffocating the village. Come back. The women's voices grew frantic, melding into a cacophony that rose and fell like waves crashing against a shore. They knew something he didn't. Adon took a step back, torn between pressing on and retreating into safety. But then he heard a soft thud not far from where he stood. Should he turn? Curiosity clawed at him as he turned, heart thrumming in his throat. He saw a figure emerge from the dark, moving like a shadow birthed from night. It was a woman, gaunt and hollow-eyed, with a face twisted in desperation. You have to help. It's not safe. Who? He stammered, feeling the grip of fear tighten once again. What are you talking about? Before she could respond, a shadow darted behind her, too quick to see. The woman recoiled, her eyes widening with dread. It's here. She screamed, her voice cracking. Adon knew he had crossed the threshold. The night was alive with a pulse, and he was its prey. In that moment everything shifted. The air felt thick, charged with energy. The village was no longer just haunted, he realized it lived under siege. The woman stumbled back into the dark and disappeared as quickly as she appeared, leaving Adon shrouded in confusion and fear. He turned on his heels, ready to flee, but something icy and sinister brushed against his arm. He glanced down, breath hitching. It was a trail of blood leading into the woods. Adon hesitated, fear weighing heavily in the air. Would he uncover the truth buried in the heart of the darkness? Or would he succumb to the terror that paralyzed the village? His mind spun with possibilities. Suddenly, the woods erupted with laughter, soft, sinister, and hollow. The voice echoed, sending chills down his spine. You want to see the truth? Come seek it if you dare. Would he face the darkness? Or would he turn and run? The walls of San Luntiang loomed higher, shadows eager to swallow him whole. In that moment his choice became clear, and with it came dread. With trembling resolve, Adon took a deep breath and stepped forward, ready to confront whatever was waiting. But was he truly prepared for the reality he was about to unearth? The darkness swallowed Adon whole as he stepped into the woods, each crunch of twigs beneath his feet amplifying the tension crackling in the air. The laughter that had echoed moments ago faded into a haunting silence. Yet the feeling of being watched nagged at him. He could feel the presence lurking in the shadows, the weight of it pressing down on his chest as he moved deeper. The blood trail beckoned him forward, each drop vivid against the muted earth, a gruesome guide leading him into the unknown. Adon's heart raced, the thudding matching the unsettling rhythm of the world around him. A shiver ran through him as he recalled the tales told by the villagers. Stories of those who ventured too close to the truth and were never seen again. What truth awaited him here? Was it the Aswang they spoke of? Or something far worse? As he followed the blood, the dense trees began to thin, revealing a clearing bathed in an eerie moonlight. Adon faltered as he entered, his breath caught in his throat. There, in the middle of the clearing, stood the remnants of an old shrine, stone crumbling and overgrown with weeds. Symbols carved into the surface seemed to writhe under the light, casting twisted shadows that danced on the ground like they were alive. His pulse quickened. Was this where the Aswang drew its power? Suddenly, a low growl broke the stillness. Adon turned, eyes darting, body tensing in preparation. The air turned frigid and thick, as if something was pushing against it, and a figure emerged from the darkness. It wasn't he, the woman from before. No, this figure was more grotesque, twisted, elongated limbs, sharp teeth glistening in the dim light. Stay back, Adon shouted, his voice trembling but fierce as he fumbled for a weapon that wasn't he there. The creature paused, tilting its head, curiosity glimmering in its eyes. Curiosity has its price, dear one, it hissed, voice slithering through the air. You wish to uncover the truth? Then join us. Adon's blood went cold. The creature beckoned him with a clawed finger, and the surrounding night seemed to pulse in rhythm with his heart. Memories of the woman flickered in his mind, the urgency in her eyes, the desperation of her plea. Could he save her? Could he save anyone? You're wrong, he spat, defiance igniting within him. This isn't a game. The Aswang whispered harsh laughter, echoing in the stillness. You foolish boy. This is not your story, but one you've stumbled into. The villagers hide, not from us but from their own sins. Adon's mind spun. Sins. The villagers had lived in fear, but what deeper horror lay behind their silence? He had to fight against the growing fear that threatened to drown him. Before he could think further, shadows rippled around him. And there she was again, the woman, pleading but more composed this time. Adon. You have to run. The shrine, you must destroy it before it's too late. As if punctuating her warning, the ground trembled, reverberating with a strange energy. Adon felt a pull toward the symbols, the urgency pressing down upon him. But now the Aswang loomed behind the woman, its claws outstretched. You can't escape your fate, Adon. The clearing erupted with chaotic energy, and Adon felt himself torn between the two forces, one pulling him towards the truth, the other into darkness. His hands shook, his breath quickening. Would he heed her warning? Or would he fall prey to the chilling allure of the Aswang? The choice loomed before him, squirming like a living thing. And for an instant, time held its breath. Then a deafening roar echoed through the woods, shaking the very roots around him. Adon knew then, the moment had come to act. Would he confront the nightmare and potentially unravel the horrifying cycle of fear? With determination coursing through him, he took a defiant step forward, but was he truly prepared for the darkness that awaited him? Adon's gaze flickered from the Aswang to the woman, panic coursing through his veins. The air crackled between them, thick with unspoken threats and desperation. Her eyes were wide, filled with terror, and still, she remained a flickering light in the choking darkness. Destroy the shrine. Her voice rang out, urgent and fierce. You have to break the curse that binds them. He could feel the Aswang's hot breath on his neck, reeking of decay and malice. The creature's elongated limbs quivered with anticipation. It was hungry, hungering for his fear, for his compliance. Stay back. Adon shouted again, but doubt coiled tightly around his heart. The ground shook once more, rattling him to his core. The shrine pulsed with a sickening glow, beckoning him like a siren's call. What had the villagers done? What sin coursed through the soil beneath him? Your only chance is to act, the woman implored. You must choose. Either join the darkness, or end it once and for all. The Aswang hissed a bitter laugh, its elongated fingers brushing the air, grasping at shadows. Choose wisely, boy. Every choice comes with a consequence. You cannot save her. This is how it ends. Adon's heart pounded, fear and rage blending into a potent mixture. The symbols on the shrine began to writhe, glowing brighter, threatening to engulf him. He took a hesitant step forward, barely aware of the Aswang stalking behind him. Each breath it took was a reminder of the danger waiting to consume him. Listen carefully, the woman urged, her voice now a desperate whisper. Use the garlic. It's their bane. Do not let it overtake you. Garlic. The village had stocked pile after pile of it. An odd tradition that had seemed like mere superstition. But now it made sense. All those whispered warnings rushing back like the tide. His fingers trembled as the memory stirred within him, igniting a flame of hope. Fight! She yelled, her form flickering, the shadows around her growing stronger. You have to fight for the truth. In a heartbeat, realization bore down on him. The shrine wasn't merely a remnant of the past. It was a wellspring of power that had to be shattered. The villagers had fed the darkness with their silence, a cycle of fear woven tight. He alone could break it. He spun around, the Aswang lunging forward, teeth bared, ready to strike. Adon felt a surge of adrenaline. He scooped up a fistful of the fragrant garlic flowers scattered around the shrine's base. The pungent smell washed over him, filling the void of dread. Would this work? Would it be enough? In that fleeting moment of clarity, he hurled the garlic into the creature's gaping maw. The Aswang recoiled, a guttural shriek cutting through the night like glass shattering. Adon stumbled backward, realizing the power shifting in the air, the weight of the night lighter. But the woman. He needed her to be safe, to not vanish into the darkness. What do I do? He shouted, desperate for guidance as the creature thrashed in agony. Burn it! She cried fervently. Set fire to the shrine. Purify it. Aiden's mind raced. Would it truly cleanse the evil that lingered, or would it endanger him further? The sound of the Aswang flailing filled the clearing, accompanied by wispy tendrils of darkness that wrapped around the stone structure. Without thinking, he dashed back to the shrine, feeling the weight of the choice surging around him once again. He reached for a branch, dry and brittle, and lit it with the last flicker of courage he had. But as flames leaped toward the sky, he couldn't shake the feeling that he might just awaken something far worse. Would the fire truly burn away the darkness, or would it unleash a wrath he couldn't comprehend? The shadows around him twisted in delight, just as the clearing erupted in a blinding light. The flames erupted, licking the air with a ferocity that matched the chaos swirling around Adon. As the fire consumed the shrine, an angry roar split the night, causing the ground beneath him to vibrate. Adon staggered backward, horrified as shadows danced wildly, escaping the inferno's reach. The Aswang's shrieks melded with the crackling of the fire, morphing into a nightmarish symphony. No. The woman's voice rang out, strong despite her fading form. You're too close. You have to find a way to contain it. Adon felt the heat roast his skin, yet his heart raced with determination. With every second that passed, he could sense a powerful force gathering within the burning remnants of the shrine. The flickering shadows coiled like serpents, intertwining to form a massive silhouette looming just above the flames. In that instant he understood. The fire wasn't just destroying, it was awakening. The shrine had sealed something far darker than just the Aswang, a deeper evil, lurking in wait for this very moment. Adon. The woman's plea snapped him from his reverie, her presence flickering like a dying star. Through the haze of smoke, Adon spotted the gleam of something caught in the firelight, a small, familiar dagger crafted from bone, part of the village's sacred rituals, now uncovered as if called forth by destiny. He dashed toward it, heart pounding, each beat a mantra to act. This is it, this is how I can stop this. But shadows shifted dangerously around him. Malice dripped from their edges, congregating to block his path. As they closed in, he clutched the dagger tightly, feeling the coldness seep into his palm. The moment was surreal, time stretching impossibly as he fought to comprehend the unfolding drama. Adon, focus. The woman's voice reverberated in his mind. You have to confront what's beneath. Use the dagger. It holds the key to sealing the darkness. He nodded, adrenaline sharpening his mind. The blade buzzed with energy, almost alive in his hand as he advanced on the malevolent mass, the Aswang now eclipsed by a massive shadow. The beast writhed, twisting and contorting, its screeches morphing into the distant cries of the villagers, echoing their long-buried fears. This is for you. Adon screamed, fury igniting within him. He lunged and plunged the dagger deep into the black mass coiling in front of him. Light exploded from the blade, illuminating the encroaching darkness, each ray dispelling the bitter whispers of despair that had haunted the village for generations. The shadows screeched and shrank back, battling against their containment, dissolving into the air like mist under the sun. Adon pressed deeper, invoking the stories of his ancestors, infusing them with power and resolve. Suddenly, a piercing howl erupted, sending waves of horrid energy crashing against him, nearly knocking him off his feet. He gasped as a flash of blinding light surged from the dagger, and the silhouette of the Aswang flickered, revealing its true form, a mass of twisted fate unleashed upon innocent souls. Just as hope surged in his heart, something cold slithered around his ankle, dragging him toward the burning shrine. Adon fought against the pull, realizing too late that the glowing symbols had begun to re-emerge around the edges of the fire. The fallen spirits were gathering once again, and they weren't done with him yet. Adon. The woman's voice shattered through the chaos, frantic and desperate. You need to make a choice. Now. He took a ragged breath, awareness dawning on him. He was faced with a crossroads. Fight harder to seal away the darkness, or succumb to the chaos it offered. The ground trembled violently as he felt the weight of centuries of fear pressing down on him. Clenching his jaw and bracing for the impending tempest, the air around him thickened, crackling with the weight of his decision. Would he succumb to the chaos? Or could he finally silence the screams that had haunted his village for too long? The fire roared in approval, and in an instant he realized the true battle was only just beginning. Adon felt a tremor surge through him as the shadows tightened their grip, a cold dread settling in his chest. The ground beneath him roared, a terrifying heartbeat that threatened to swallow him whole. He couldn't let that happen. Not now. The glowing symbols around the fire pulsed with a hungry light, reanimating the spirits trapped by years of fear. The cries of the villagers echoed, a cacophony of sorrow that mocked him. Aiden's stomach twisted, each wail a reminder of lives lost, hopes extinguished. Keep fighting, he shouted, determination flooding his veins like fire. Clenching the dagger, he found strength in the memories of those who had faced darkness before him, parents, friends, and the elders who had told stories to shield him from nightmares. With a surge of resolve, Adon ripped the dagger free and thrust it into the ground. The blade quivered, sending a shockwave through the air. Light burst forth, illuminating the surrounding chaos. Shadows screeched as they recoiled, the dagger becoming a beacon in the tempest. Adon. The woman's voice pierced through the din. Let go of your fear. Channel your pain. Make them listen. He inhaled, the air thick with ash and despair. Summoning every fiber of his being, Adon envisioned the village in its glory, the laughter, the celebrations, the unity that once defined them. He could do this. He had to do this. Listen. He screamed, his voice breaking. You have no power here. I bind you. With each word, the symbols around the fire pulsed brighter, drawing in the swirling shadows. They shrieked in agony, twisting and warping, trying to break free from their ethereal prison. Adon pressed his hand to the ground, feeling energy surge from the dagger and seep through the earth. Suddenly, a chilling laugh echoed from the depths of the darkness. It was deep, sinister, mocking. You think you can bind me, child? I am the fears that haunt you, the nightmares that plague your sleep. You cannot escape me. Fear coiled in Adon's stomach, heavy and suffocating. This was no mere creature. It was the manifestation of a collective fear that had festered too long. Anguish bubbled to the surface, memories of every pain he had ever felt pulsing to the forefront. Enough. He bellowed, pulling the dagger free once more. He closed his eyes, filtering through his emotions, finding strength in vulnerability. I will not be afraid. I am done being haunted. Light exploded from the dagger, a searing white that devoured the shadows. The darkness roared, thrashing as it writhed against the light, but it was too late. Fear began to unravel. The whispers began to fade into silence. Do not let go, the woman pleaded. You're almost there. Adon fought against the building pressure in his chest as the light pushed back the darkness. Inch by inch, the inferno raged around him, but he focused only on the dagger, letting its warmth spread through him, filling him with renewed strength. But as the shadows dwindled, something flickered in his peripheral vision. A figure emerged from the fire, a tall silhouette, its presence both regal and terrifying. The ash veiled its features, yet the eyes were unmistakable, glowing with an ancient wisdom that chilled him to the bone. Foolish child, the figure rasped, words slithering through the air like smoke. This is only the beginning. Heart racing, Adon took a step back, the weight of dread tightening around him. The figure laughed again, a sound that echoed with malevolence, reverberating in the depths of his fears. Adon felt the dagger tremble in his grasp, an uneasy hum resonating with the encroaching shadow. Everything he'd known was shifting, confidence faltering, resolve shaking. What do you want from me? Adon gasped, dread pooling in his gut. The flames danced dangerously, and he realized he was not just fighting for the village. He was wrestling with something far more insidious. A new fear crept into his heart, and as the figure drew closer, the truth began to dawn. This wasn't just about sealing the past. Something darker was awakening, and it was ready to claim him. And in that moment, he knew that the true test was yet to come. What more would he have to sacrifice to face the evil that had been unleashed? The air shimmered with tension, and a chilling silence fell as the darkness prepared to reveal its final, horrific truth. The figure loomed closer, shadows swirling like a storm around it. Adon's breath hitched in his throat. What do you want? He repeated, desperation thickening his voice. The figure chuckled, a sound that echoed like a death knell, reverberating off the trees encircling the clearing. To show you the truth, child. Your village lives in ignorance. And that ignorance is its doom. As the words hung in the air, the fire crackled with renewed fury, fueled by Adon's fear. He could see now that the figure's face, shrouded in soot, held no true features. It was an ever-shifting mask, morphing, just like his fears. Your father knew, the figure whispered, voice dripping with contempt. He sought to protect you, but in his cowardice he only made things worse. Adon's heart pounded. You lie. The need to defend his father surged through him. He died protecting us. Died, yes, the spectre sneered. But the knowledge he kept hidden. It can set you free. Or doom you even further. Panic clawed at Adon's insides. His father had always been the fortress against the darkness, hadn't he? But now the foundations felt shaky, as if they might crumble at any moment. What knowledge? What are you saying? Adon shouted, forcing the words past the lump in his throat. Ah, the garlic, the figure cooed, voice slick and oily against the roaring flames. Your little village has starved for so long on avoiding the truth to stave off the Aswang. Adon froze. The stories. The whispered fears he'd grown up with. They weren't just myths to scare children. Were they? It's just a story, he mumbled, almost pleading with the figure to validate his denial. Is it? The figure leaned closer, its eyes aflame with wicked light. The Aswang feeds off fear, pain, the very essence of life. They are among you, feeding in silence. And your father's cowardice let them thrive. Adon staggered back, the dagger slipping through his fingers and embedding itself in the earth. The weight of the horror hit him like a tidal wave. All those nights filled with shadows whispering threats. And he had thought they were mere figments of his imagination. The villagers' deaths, the sadness, it all pointed to a nightmare that may have been closer than he dared to admit. No. The word escaped his lips before he could stop it. Hang ing in the air like a bad omen. They live undisguised in daylight, but hunger strikes when the moon rises. They were the faces of your loved ones, feeding on your trust. How long until they turn on you? The whispered agony of the villagers echoed once more, a haunting reminder of the loss he desperately wanted to forget. Would the shadow figure's words become truth? Would the Aswang kill again? His resolve wavered, but deep within, a flicker of defiance ignited. I'll stop them, Adon cried, a surge of determination washing over him despite the fear. I'll uncover the truth. And what will you sacrifice, little one? The figure mocked, retreating slightly, its voice growing distant and cruel. Light cannot exist without darkness. The Aswang thrive on sacrifice. What will you give to protect your village? Adon's mind raced. Could he truly protect them? He'd have to face the darkness in order to reclaim the light. But what would it cost him? Would it demand that he confront his own fears? The very shadows he tried to banish? In that moment, a sinister wind rustled through the trees, carrying with it a swarm of whispers. They tugged at Adon, drowning him in visions of loved ones lost, of secrets buried deep. He felt the dagger's pulse beneath him, urging him to make a choice. Would the truth be worth the pain it demanded? As he stood on the precipice of his decision, the figure laughed once more, a sound echoing into the very core of his being. We shall see. The shadows shifted, and for the first time, Adon understood. This was only the beginning of a struggle far greater than he had ever envisioned. Would he unveil the Aswang hiding in the faces of his friends? Or would he be consumed by the very darkness he sought to fight? The ground trembled beneath him, and he knew one thing for sure. The night was far from over. The test awaited him, and with it, the culmination of all he held dear. But would he be brave enough to face the shadows and uncover the truth of the Aswang? The heartbeat of the earth warned him that time was running out, and soon, he had to decide. Adon's heartbeat pounded in his ears, a relentless rhythm matching the wild whispers swirling around him. He felt as if the very forest was alive, breathing in sync with his fear. The figure stood there, a specter woven from nightmares, and every instinct screamed for him to flee. But there was nowhere to run. The choice lay before him like a chasm, dark and inviting. Sacrifice. The word dripped from the figure's lips, heavy with implications. What will you offer to reveal the truth? This isn't a game for the faint-hearted, Adon. Every secret bears a price. He clenched his fists, nails biting into his palms. The dagger pulsed beneath him, a reminder of his commitment. But could he truly wield it against the unseen threats? I'll do whatever it takes, he shouted, though doubt gnawed at his resolve. Ah, the fire of youth, the figure sneered, its smoky visage swirling ominously. But how long can that flame burn without fuel? Your heart beats bravely. But your mind? It trembles. Adon took a shaky step forward. What do you mean? The truth lies buried beneath the village. There are bones old and forgotten. Your father's lies have masked them for far too long. A knot twisted in his stomach. He had to know. But the thought of unearthing not just the past, but the darkness it concealed terrified him. He glanced back at the village, quiet and oblivious, wrapped in a deceptive calm. Innocent lives hung in the balance. What happened to your mother, Adon? The figure's voice cut through the haze, piercing and sharp. Adon recoiled. Leave her out of this. Out of this? The figure laughed low and menacing. Every choice leads back to her. She too hid from the truth. The Aswang took from her. Will you let them do the same to your village? Memories flooded back her gentle touch, the sorrow in her eyes as she whispered bedtime stories to him. The tales had always been a source of comfort, but now they crawled under his skin like insects. Had she known? No, he whispered, shaking his head, desperately trying to hold on to his beliefs, to the safe haven his mother had created before the world had turned dark. Ah, but the truth is a cruel mistress, Adon. Look deeper. Suddenly, the ground beneath him quaked, and the shadows swirled tighter. He was losing his grip. What do I need to do? He yelled, fighting against the tide of panic. Follow the whispers, the figure hissed, its form blurring in the flickering firelight. They'll lead you to salvation or doom. Adon's breath caught in his throat as the whispers grew louder, echoing off the trees. With trembling hands, he reached for the dagger, its steel cool against his skin. This was his chance, his opportunity to uncover whatever haunted his village. In that breathless moment, determination surged through him. If I uncover the truth, I can stop them, he shouted, almost to himself. Then let the test begin. The figure's laughter faded into the night, leaving Adon alone in the clearing. The weight of his choice pressed down on him, suffocating yet exhilarating. He had to move, yet a gnawing apprehension held him in place. What lay buried beneath the village? What horrors would he unearth? With one last look toward the darkened forest, he set off, every shadow whispering his name. The night felt alive, 1,000 eyes watching him as he stepped deeper into the unknown. The urge to turn back was strong, but something within kept him going. What awaited him in the bowels of his village? Adon plunged forward, gripping the dagger with newfound resolve, stepping closer to the edge of truth or oblivion. The further Adon ventured, the thicker the darkness wrapped around him, like a heavy blanket pressing down, stifling his breath. The whispers swirled around like an incoming tide, pulling him toward an unseen danger. The dagger in his grip felt lighter somehow, as if the weight of the forest had shifted it from a burden to a beacon. Moonlight dipped between the twisted branches, illuminating a narrow path that twisted, etching shadows over the damp ground. Each step crackled leaves beneath his feet, but the noise felt like a call, beckoning him deeper, tugging at the frayed edges of his courage. A chill swept through him, raising goosebumps on his arms. Where are they? He murmured, half afraid to hear the answer. The bones? You seek what you never wanted to find, the voice echoed, an amalgamation of the forest's shadows. The Aswang's grip is strong, but the truth is buried thicker than the night. He shuddered, his mind racing back to the tales his mother told him as a child. Monsters lurking under beds. Shadows with dark fingers creeping along the walls. But this was different. This wasn't just a story. The Aswang were real, and their hunger had a palpable taste, thick and choking. What horrors had his village hidden? He recalled the late-night disappearances, the hushed voices always speaking of the curse. They had tried to protect him, but was it too late? The whispers grew frantic, swirling with urgency. Ahead, an ancient tree loomed, gnarled and twisted, its roots extending like skeletal fingers clawing at the earth. A sharp gasp tore itself from his throat as he approached. Something glimmered in the darkness at its base, something bone-white. Touch it, a voice commanded, softer now. A child's laughter flickered in and out, blending with the wind. It was almost comforting, yet laced with a sinister glee. Adon hesitated, doubt rising like bile in his throat. What's there? He shot back, clutching the dagger tighter as he knelt to glimpse whatever lay hidden beneath the roots. Your past and your future all wrapped in frightened forms. Do you dare? He felt his heart hammering, the urge to flee clawing at him. But there was no turning back now. I have to know, he muttered and reached out, fingers brushing against the cold surface. The moment he touched it, a rush of images spilled into his mind. Flickering flames, desperate screams, and a face his mother. eyes wide with terror, a shadow looming behind her, dripping with malice. A guttural voice echoed in his thoughts. "You will be one of us." He jerked his hand back, gasping for breath. Sweat pooled at his brow, and the forest stood still around him, anticipating. Was he destined to become one of them? Was this sacrifice his family had dreaded? The thought coiled around his heart, squeezing tighter. "No," he shouted into the night, rage fueling his fear. "I won't let that happen." "Then your only choice is to unearth the truth," the voice hissed, dropping in volume as shadows thickened around him. "Even if it costs your life." He forced himself to stand, the dagger trembling but steady in his grip. Would this truth lead to salvation or plague? The weight of his village's lives rested heavy on his shoulders, igniting a fire deep within. He needed an answer, and he would find it as he turned back toward the path. The forest quivered with anticipation. He had opened a door, but would he be able to walk through it unscathed? Suddenly, there was a rustle behind him, something shifting, something alive. Adon's breath caught again. The whispers escalated, rising into a cacophony that filled every corner of the night. Adon! His heart thundered as he spun around, dagger raised. Were the whispers calling him back, or drawing him into the depths of his own darkness? The forest held its breath. What awaited him beyond that trembling dapple of moonlight? Before he could think, the shadows lunged forward. Adon braced himself, waiting for the inevitable clash of his burgeoning destiny. Adon stood brave, weighing the remnants of fear and resolve in the crushing gloom. The shadows lunged, molten eyes blazing, and he knew he had to act. "No more!" he roared, feeling the dagger pulse against his palm like a second heartbeat. But before he could strike, the darkness morphed into a swirling mass, a vicious tempest that spoke in a voice so familiar yet drenched in venom. "Foolish boy, do you even know the price?" It was the Aswang, slithering through the night, feasting on his courage, probing at his heart. "I know you," Adon screamed defiantly. "And I won't let you hurt my people." The night shook with the intensity of his words. With a determined lunge, he thrust the dagger into the earth again, its blade glowing brightly like the sun reclaiming the sky. "Your reign ends here." A reverberating howl erupted from the Aswang's maw, mingling with the mournful cries from deep within the shadows. The forest trembled in response, fear writhing against the onslaught of light that streamed from the dagger. Suddenly, images flooded his mind, faces of the villagers, each one etched with sorrow, fear, and betrayal. Memories of suppressed laughter intertwined with stories long buried. Souls desperately crying for release. "You are a part of this," he bellowed, pointing at the retreating shadows. "And it ends when I choose to break the cycle." With newfound clarity, he turned his focus inward. The village and its wounds were his to bear, chained by silence. He wouldn't let fear dictate the narrative any longer. Adon ran toward the gnarled tree, every heartbeat echoing the anguish of his village. He understood now it wasn't just about eliminating the Aswang. It was about healing what was broken below. Trembling steps took him deeper into the heart of the shadows, dagger outstretched. With every inch, he felt the weight of the past pressing down, but also the warmth of courage coursing through him. "I am not afraid," he shouted, the words spilling forth like a floodgate opening. "I refuse to be your pawn." The shadows recoiled at his honesty, whispering in panic, their collective dread spilling out like spilled ink. But Adon could see through their fury, could smell the stench of their fear. "I see you," he claimed, drawing every ounce of strength from the community that stood beyond the shadows. "You are seen. You do not own me." With that, he fell to his knees, thrusting the dagger into the ground. "Let the spirits of truth arise," he cried, and the air changed, turning electric around him, filled with the pulse of hope and resistance. Just then, the darkness responded with an anguished screech, and suddenly, the air became alive with brilliant light. Shadows curved and twisted, pulled toward the radiant blade as if it bore the weight of their sins. Before his eyes, the past began to erupt, memories spilling free, lost children running and playing, laughter, love, joy. The shadows fed on fear, but this brewed the kind of hope they could not extinguish. "Now." A voice called softly. It was the woman, her spirit tangible and bright against the swirling shadows. "You must banish them." With shaking hands still holding the dagger, Adon closed his eyes and recalled the faces of every villager who suffered, every soul lost to the Aswang. "This is for you," he yelled. "I release you from your chains." He plunged the dagger deeper into the earth, and light exploded, washing away fear and despair. The shadows screamed in agony, melting away like mist as laughter broke out among them, those gentle spirits of the village, finally free. He couldn't help but smile through tears, heart swelling as he embraced the power of their collective release. In an instant, the darkness receded, and the clearing erupted into a magnificent glow. Adon opened his eyes and gasped. Before him stood his mother, ethereal but glowing with love and pride. "You've done it," she whispered, and all tension drained from him. "You broke the cycle, my brave son." The village beyond the trees felt alive. Relief washed over the land as whispers of the Aswang dissipated into the night. Adon had faced fear, unraveled hidden truths, and emerged stronger. His victory was not just his, but a redemption for the entire village. As dawn crept over San Luntiang, the first light spilled gold across the horizon. Villagers began to emerge, eyes wide with awe, hearts unburdened. The darkness that once clung to them like a shroud faded, replaced with a new sense of purpose. Adon walked toward them, a newfound determination igniting in his chest. "We must rebuild. Together," he called out, the words ignited by promise. "Together, we will share our truths and refuse to hide from fear again." Cheers erupted around him, voices lifted in unity and strength. The village of San Luntiang had risen anew, echoes of laughter echoing through the morning air like warm sunlight. And as each villager looked onto Adon, a collective promise was forged that would illuminate every shadow that dared creep into their lives. The Aswang had been put to rest, but more importantly, they had awakened from the fear that had held them hostage for too long. He couldn't forget what they had faced, but it was this truth and the bond they shared that would guide them forward. Now let us be honest here, you need to subscribe immediately to the channel, so you don't miss the next exclusive stories. This is the moment to show your support, and smash that like button now to feed the algorithm. And we want to hear from you. Flood the comments section with your reactions and theories about this jaw-dropping conclusion. Don't wait even one more second to share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this conclusion. Only true fans understand the importance of supporting the channel through these actions.